Hey everybody, what's up? This is Hold the Truth Hostage, where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies. Now, this video is something I think that needs to be said and needs to be made. It's very important. After doing that video to honor, Renegade One, I think something we don't do with the whole, damn, I hate YouTube, man. With the whole red pill community, something we don't do in the red pill and the MGTOW community is that we don't, we just give out the spoils. We give the spoils to this philosophy, and and we give the end results. We don't have any warning before the side effects of this. We don't give any warnings. It's like all we do is give spoils. I'm not saying every video, but I'm saying if you're doing something to introduce people to the red pill and MGTOW way of philosophy and what it will result in, we have to give people like a warning. Because the truth is this, man, it's a lot more people are going to be, after you see Renegade One, committed suicide. You see, a lot of guys adapting the red pill or so on, I think a lot more men, as they join this way of thinking and this philosophy and looking at the world, they have a lot of, risk involved when it comes to, what are the side effects. And I think that's what we need to have is a video that's like a warning, a warning for before you dive into the whole red pill and MGTOW philosophy. Because to me, Renegade One suicide, in my honest opinion, is gonna be the beginning of many. A lot more men will check out. A lot more men are going to. You could even look up the suicide rate, that men are over 80% of the people that actually finish the suicide, as in they take their life. They don't just attempt, they actually do it. And I think when you join this community, if you mentally aren't prepared for what this will spoil for you in life, you're gonna head towards, that suicide. You're gonna head towards taking yourself out. That's why I think there has to be a major, it's got to be a warning before the spoil. Because the thing about this, man, this whole philosophy and way of thinking, it's about looking at society without the romanticism, without all the sugarcoating that's put on, not only between relationships between men and women, but relationships between men and the government, men in society. I think a lot of men are stuck receiving two forms of information. The one you have by society is telling a lot of men that, you have to be honorable, loving, and caring, and so on. But the louder aspect is telling men to be a sacrificial lamb, volunteering for the worst because they deserve the worst because they're men, and a lot of men are being fed this whole, this information that, you see the Gillette ad, you see all these ads, not only ads, but you see films, A lot of films are anti-male these days where a lot of the sequences and lead actors don't make sense. It doesn't fit a realistic mold, you know. And men are receiving multiple signals of, society telling them what to do and telling them what they should be and what they are, evil, this and that, misogynist, all this stuff. It's become negative to be a male. And a lot of men that's either leading men to dive further into society, as in, they're telling me to be a sacrificial lamb, then I guess that's what I'm supposed to be. So you'll see a lot of men just, leap towards it. Then you have those other men that are like, is that all I am? Is this all I have to look forward to? But that was like a little intro rant. But to me, this is the warning. The warning a lot of men need to understand. Here's the warning. Before step into this MGTOW philosophy, this red pill outlook on life, here's the warning. Are you prepared as a man? Are you prepared to walk away from ever having a family, from ever having a family? Because that's what you got to ask yourself. Are you prepared to, and I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to spoil it, because spoiling it is basically telling you to make MGTOW philosophy in life. But the question you have to ask yourself is, are you prepared to not be able to have or start a family in your native country because of the laws that actually are designed and promote, that promote things that will lead to an unwanted, an unwanted occurrence. And the other thing you got to ask yourself is, are you prepared to lose that romantic perspective of the relationship between man and woman, where you're being told you must be romantic, you must go out and do this and do that to obtain the relationship, and that are you willing to give up that notion of investing in love and abandoning logic? And what I mean by that is, are you willing to lose the romantic chase of seeking to find someone that, you can fall in love with and all that? Are you willing to give that up? That's are you willing to lose that? And another thing is, are you willing to lose the, your perspective on where you stand in the eyes of the government? Are you willing to lose that? Are you willing to lose that, that obsession and that notion that your government actually cares for you? Or if it doesn't care for you, you have a role in it. Are you prepared to lose that? Are you prepared to lose that way of thinking? Are you prepared to lose that perspective? And the other thing you got to look at, and here's the biggest thing, is, are you prepared to lose the ability to seek out help beyond the MGTOW or community? You see you saw what happened with Renegade One, and it's happened to many men that tune out or take themselves out in this community. Is that, they're once you accept this philosophy, you have to understand you can't really reach out to a psychologist, because the psychologist's entire job is to find out why you don't fit into this society? Why are you going against the program? So once you join this philosophy, and that's why a lot of men are watching and, watching so many channels and literally listening to the same thing over and over again, or some new content or new perspectives, is because this will be all you have. The thing about the MGTOW community thing is that it kind of replicates something of, I forget the word, where women have their own gender something, like where, they'll place their gender or sex above, everything else. They'll unify. And that's what MGTOW does. Once you accept this type of, way of life and this philosophy, all you will have is your fellow man's knowledge and what they're sharing. Because here's the thing, you can no longer turn to a psychologist to find out what's wrong with you. You can no longer reach out to anybody that's still in the blue pill bubble, you know. So once you choose this, man, you lose access to anything, any lie, anything society would sell you to make you feel better, you know, and being a part of it. So there's a lot of risk in this community. And the risk when you join is that you risk that nothing in society beyond your fellow MGTOW guys and red pill guys can help you. Because, once you start thinking this way, you basically, limit your resources. You start limiting the resources society provides you to belong in it. Basically, for example, you can't go to a psychologist that'll tell you, well, let's say, it's not society, it's you. It's your problem. You're the one with the problem. You should believe in love, and your votes do matter as a man. Your government does care for you. No, they're not after you. No, they're not. You know what I'm saying? You're just a human being, which is that's the new tagline they use to get you to fall in line. We're all humans. We're all human beings. Both sexes, we're all human. No, we're not. Man, it's this. There will always be a determining factor. You're either a man or a woman in society's eyes when it comes to the laws and such. So you have to ask yourself, are you willing? And I'm not gonna give too much information. Are you willing to? Are you willing to basically give up? So much. Give up so many things. Are you willing to give up those resources in society? Those resources that help you belong, help you fit in. Are you willing to give that up? That's the big warning. Are you willing to, like I stated, are you willing to are you willing to sacrifice and give up a long-term relationship? Are you willing to only be able to have, and I'll be doing a video on this, interactions and, short-term relationships? Are you willing for that to, if you're still in the whole dating sequence, scene and such, are you willing to give that up? Because what happens when you become mentally aware of this, MGTOW perspective is that you will no longer be able to actually just blindlessly fit in. You won't be able to just look at life and say, okay, here's the goals: a house, a family, a dog, a fence, and a yard. Are you willing to give that up, man? Are you willing to lose all that? Because the thing is this: right now, your eyes are, they're closed. You're still wary, but you look at life like this. I haven't found the right one. It's not that I have it's becomes I haven't found the right one. I haven't, voted for the right politician. You know what I'm saying? You're still part of that illusion. So if you open your eyes to this whole MGTOW thing and red pill thing, you will lose. In the Matrix, they offered, he offered Neo, you could still be a part of it or no longer a part of it. But the thing about this is if you watch any of this red pill or MGTOW content, you will lose access to returning to your blissful ignorance in this society. That's why a lot of men who, when they realize and learn this, they're struggling, they're fighting to find a way to return back to being, blissfully ignorant of their fate in this society. So you have to, before you even think about joining this community, ask yourself, are you willing to lose? Are you willing to give up, looking at your government where you look at it as they have your interest and you have a say or you have anything? You know what I mean? Are you willing to lose that? Are you willing to lose the romance finding someone to be with for the rest of your life? You willing to lose starting a family domestically? There's a lot of losses when you join this type of community. And the thing is, you join this community when you realize the truth. There's no going back, and to me, that's the price you pay for this community. So you have to ask yourself, are you willing to lose anything I've mentioned? You're willing to lose friends, family. It becomes that level of risk. And when I say you lose friends and family, is that you're gonna start distancing yourself from them, because it's kind of like you're the cow that knows you're heading to the slaughter, and the other cows are basically, they don't know or something, and you don't want to. They're talking about tomorrow when the clock is ticking towards a slaughterhouse. Or, really you're the cow that's gotten away. You're the cow that's gotten away from the farm, and, you're in the wild or something. You know what I mean? You're living your free life. So to me, man, you got to ask yourself, what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to give up? Because that's what this community is about. It's a lot of men coping with the fact that all the stuff they were sold, the white picket fence, the family, the children and wife, they no longer can have that. And the thing you got to ask yourself is, are you willing to lose that blissful ignorance of, yeah, dude, I know my boy got divorced, but he chose the wrong one. It won't happen to me. Oh, I know my boy thinks the government's not fair to him because he's a man, but that's because he lives in the wrong state. Or we need a new senator. We need new laws. Like I said, man, you have to ask yourself, what are you willing to lose? Well, this has been Hold the Truth Hostage, where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies. Peace.